Hi guys, today I'm here with an oily skin diaries. This one is all about the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place makeup. I'm going to be wearing this throughout the day, show you application, a flash photo test. I have extremely oily skin, it is also acne prone, so we're going to be able to test out the coverage. This is kind of one of those cult favorite products, so when people are comparing another foundation and they're like, is it full coverage? A lot of the time it's going to go up to bat against Estee Lauder Double Wear, so let's get into it. This foundation retails for $46 Canadian and $39.50 American on the Sephora website. Comes in 29 different shades, which is amazing. You know how I feel about small shade ranges, so I think that is great. Almost 30 shades in there. You should be able to find something that fits you. I'm an NC42 for reference, and I'm wearing this in 4W2, which is Toasty Toffee. This is a little bit deep for me, so I'll a lot of the time mix this in with other foundations that are a little bit too light to kind of find my perfect shade, but I am just going to be wearing this today, but just keep in mind it is a little bit deep for me, so if you are an NC42 and kind of on the lighter side of NC42, you may want to try out a shade down. If you're at a Sephora or Sears or the Bay or something like that, you can always get a sample too to make sure that it is a good color match. You get a full fluid ounce in here, which is the average size for a foundation, and it comes in a frosted glass bottle, which is gorgeous, but it lacks a pump. You can go out and purchase a pump, albeit I will not be doing that, but if it is a foundation that you love and you're repurchasing all the time and you're sick of the messy bottle, then you could go ahead and absolutely purchase a pump if it's going to be something that you're using all the time. But let's get into the application. I'm going to do one half of my face with a beauty blender, the other half with a Real Techniques buffing brush. I almost forgot what I was going to say there, but it came back. All right, let's get into the application. It's quite a runny foundation, as you can see, which is a little bit different for such a full coverage foundation. So on the Sephora website, it says it's a flawless foundation that stays looking fresh and natural throughout heat, humidity, and non-stop activity. Estee Lauder's Double Wear makeup delivers a flawless 15-hour staying power and is natural looking for carefree coverage. A lightweight, oil-free, and buildable formula, it doesn't change color, leaving your makeup looking as fresh as when you first applied it. This product is fragrance-free and non-acne-genic, and it has been dermatologist tested. As for my preferred method of application, I think I like the Beauty Blender better. It's a little bit faster, but a buffing brush can work well too. I have let this set on my skin just for like 3 or 4 minutes so that you could see the finish. It definitely dries down matte. If you have normal skin or just like combination skin, you may be able to get away without using a powder. I cannot live that life. I must powder no matter what because I know throughout the day my oils are going to come through. It doesn't feel lightweight on the skin. It definitely feels like I'm wearing makeup, but it also doesn't feel super heavy or cakey, but it is definitely easy to go too far with this foundation. So be sure to go in with a light layer the first time you use it and then build it up to the coverage that you want. I'm going to put on the rest of my makeup and then we will do some flash photo tests and we will chat about that. So I have the rest of my makeup on now. I just put on a little bit of powder. As I mentioned, this dries down super matte, so matte that when I was testing out this foundation last week or the week before, I actually was putting on my blush before I realized that I hadn't powdered my face. And that is unheard of. No matter how matte a foundation says that it is, I always have to powder. But this dries down and mimics powder on the skin so much that you could definitely get away with it or without powder. Just depends on kind of your skin type and your preferences. For me, powder is my life and I love it and I would never go without it, but you definitely could if you're in a pinch or if you have more normal or combination skin. If you look up really close on my skin, you can definitely see that I'm wearing foundation, but I think again it's just a case of building up and not caking too much on because you can go too far with this foundation, but if you just put on a light layer, it's going to look like you're wearing makeup, but you're also going to look flawless on the other hand. And then when I was blending in my concealer, which was kind of a cream almost on top of a powder in this case, I didn't have any problems blending it in. So if you do let your foundation set and you don't want to go in with a powder, don't worry about putting creams on top, at least cream concealer. I didn't have any issues with that. As for pores, I don't feel like it's highlighting anything too much, but I really don't have major issues with pores. If you do have issues with pores or dry skin or any kind of texture, you may want to put on a smoothing primer just because it does dry down so matte. And as for the photo test, I think in natural light it looks really good, as much natural light as I could get at like 7:30 in the morning this time of year. And in flash photo, I think that it looks amazing. It looks so good. It doesn't claim to have any SPF in there, which is what's going to give you that kind of flashback in photos. So I'm going to go on about my day. I'm actually getting ready for work right now. It is currently 7:37, so I will check back with you guys at the end of the day. So I am back. It is now the end of the day. Hello, Rue. and I've had this foundation on for an entire workday. I think it looks really, really good. Definitely shiny, and I definitely want to blot. I have not blotted or powdered all day. Excuse my cat. She gets really riled up when I get home from work. But I think that it looks awesome. Albeit shiny, but I have incredibly oily skin and I'm gonna get shiny no matter what. So I thought that I would blot. Oh, and I'm in a new location from earlier today because my lighting was doing some weird stuff. So I thought I would come out here in natural light. But I blot all the time. Anyways, I don't feel like it wore off at all. I feel like everything still looks really good on my skin, and I think that if I was to blot, maybe use a setting spray, mattifying primer, all that kind of good stuff, then it would last a lot better throughout the day. I am very, very pleased. I give this foundation a big thumbs up if you have normal to combination or oily skin. If you have dry skin, I think that it's going to be pretty much a no-go for you because it is such a matte formula. When you initially apply it, it almost has that tight feeling to the skin. So I think that that would be quite uncomfortable. But I think if you're looking for a super full coverage foundation, something that's going to last really long on your skin, this is a great one to try. Let me know down below what kind of foundation review you would like to see next. And if you'd like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat at Samantha Jane YT, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!